Hello, Jordan here, and today I'm here to show you how to get this flawless face. Not the eye look, not the lips, not the highlight, but the foundation, the core of makeup. If you want to see how I get this look, you can't see any of my acne scars. You cannot see any of my blemishes that may or may not be coming up that I don't know about and then trying to sneak in. So I get like a not really full coverage, maybe like my medium coverage flawless face. And all the tips and tricks and secrets, and it is really in depth, and I filmed for like 50 minutes. Oops. But I am mad because I really like the finished product, and I think you will too. Okay, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you want to see how I do my foundation on a daily basis, continue onto the tutorial. I'm going to pretend that my rude neighbor isn't playing music right now, and we're going to film anyways because I like to use natural light because I don't have lights, and this is the best time for me to film. So before I actually do my foundation, I prime. Primer is so essential. This is the Benefit Porefessional. It is a pro balm to minimize the appearance of pores. It's oil-free, lightweight, translucent, and silky. Does everything it says exactly. This is amazing for oily skin. People with dry skin, you will love it too. My mom loves this, and she's dry as hell. Just saying. Sorry, Mom. It's the truth. It is exactly what it says it is. It's a balm, basically. Like, it has a balm consistency, and it comes out looking like skin tone. But when you rub it in and such, it becomes translucent. It will not give you a tint or color you in any way. This is amazing for oil, not only helping to hold back my oils and keep me matte, but also it kind of smells citrusy, which is really nice too. Just like throw that in there. It's not a strong scent either. It is just light. Also, I have a bit of, like, they're not huge pores, but they're noticeable, just like here in this like area on my nose and around here, just like, so that helps too. It helps make those pores almost invisible. Say you had a pimple or something, and you popped it, and then the next day you got a scab there. This primer actually helps like your makeup, like it basically creates a balm over the scab, and it makes applying your makeup easier on top of that. This way you just won't have a spot that won't take the makeup and looks dry and crusty, because that's what scabs are, dry and crusty. And it just helps your makeup glide right over it. Amazing. I finally ran out of my True Match foundation, which is great. Just the regular one in the glass bottle with the silver cap, which is great for oily skin. It was great on my skin if you use it right, I guess. It looks just like skin. It looks natural, and it had like medium coverage, which you could build up to almost full. Not really full, but almost. But I finally finished that, and I just bought the Revlon Colorstay. I just want to make a note that my foundation routine will always be the same. Sometimes my products may switch up. Like in my older videos, I was using the Bare Minerals Prime Time Foundation Primer, and now I'm using the Porefessional. Some things change, but the steps are always the same, and the technique is always the same. So I'm using the Revlon Colorstay foundation in 375 Toffee Caramel. You might have seen this in my recent birthday haul. It's a little dark. I'm not the best at matching myself sometimes. Says it's great for combination oily skin. It's 24-hour wear, and I do agree that it is great for oily skin. I have used it maybe like once or twice already. Can't really give you my full opinion on it, but my first impression on it is that it wears beautiful throughout the day. This would be great for pictures, and also it did keep me less oily and hold my oils back. Most of the stuff I use is like oil control, oily people friendly, large pores friendly. This has great coverage also, medium to full, depending on how you apply it and how you want to wear it. Okay. Has a pump, great for hygiene, so you know, bacteria doesn't get in here. You don't leave this open by mistake one day and like it dries out. Love a pump. So I just pump it on my hand. I got a big face, so I'm going to use 2 pumps like that. This color, I will say, is a little bit red though. I don't like that, but you know, I work with it because I bought it and I have to use it. It's probably just a little bit red because I am not this dark, but this is just a Real Techniques beauty sponge. I like this for my makeup because a sponge is good to really like put the makeup into your skin. Just really blend it in and make it look more natural. Beauty sponges are always good for this. You could just use the regular triangle sponge if you want, but I'm using this because I can. As you can see before, I had like hyperpigmentation and different marks on my cheeks. My headband just broke. Okay. Anyways, back to the story. It is covering them pretty well. If I know something. And you could use a brush for foundation, whatever you want to do. But I do have like some dry patches and maybe like here on my nose because I do have allergies and I blow my nose a lot and that irritates the skin on my nose and causes it to like just here to dry out and flake a little bit. So this is a better technique for like avoiding lifting that, because if you like swipe on and rub in your foundation and you have dry skin, that is like a micro exfoliation, and then makeup is getting under those like under that skin that you are drudging up. I'm trying to find a prettier word for it, but I cannot. It gets under those like flakes and everything, which is not cute, and that will make your foundation look cakey and nasty. Right now this foundation is medium coverage and I just want to cover some more stuff over here, so I'm just going to put another pump on the back of my hand and I'm going to just cover that area really quickly. I'll just put this over my eyelids a little bit too to help start the priming process for my eyeshadow later on. Because I am young and you know my skin can take a little bit more abuse than someone who's more mature, sometimes I do a heavy cream concealer. Not the most ideal, but I do it sometimes because I have it and I can. So this is the NYX Conceal.Correct.Contour palette in Deep. It is these colors. You can see I have some good use out of it. I use it in every tutorial. This is a good peachy shade. Sometimes I'll just put that under my eyes directly when I don't want too much highlighting. This is my skin, like a more skin tone shade. And then this is a straight up yellow. Great for highlighting, great for mixing into foundations or concealers to make them more yellow to fit you. This is a deep orange concealer to correct maybe like darkness under the eyes and hyperpigmentation like acne scarring. I don't really use it too much. Sometimes I do when I haven't had too much sleep and I need to cover that up. This color, you can use it to mix into any of these other colors to make them darker to fit your skin tone when you're using this, or as a cream contour as I do. And then another skin tone shade right here, just a little bit darker to make it easier to mix. And other times I'll highlight with creamy liquidy concealers. These are the Maybelline Fit Me. These are great. These are supposed to be a dupe for the Nars creamy concealer. I do not have those, nor will I have them for a long time because I do not have a job to afford them. Anyways, these are great. Easily blendable, great coverage, minimal creasing. Just saying. I crease a lot when I use this, but I use it anyways because I like the finish it gives me. And you can't really see the creasing because it's just under like this eye bag right here, and I don't lift it too much to show people. Like, why would I? I'm trying to fool them into thinking I have perfect skin, and it's natural. These are great concealers, great for dry skin, great for oily skin, great for any skin type, and easily blendable. They're thin and not too heavy if you do not like heavy concealers. And if you're saying, I don't want to buy that because they are not cruelty, because Maybelline is not cruelty free, also great dupe, kind of the same formula, not really. This is a tiny bit creamier maybe. This is the NYX HD concealer. It has a black cap, but I broke it. Has a black cap. This is the one in medium. I use this to prime my eyes all the time. Great concealer for that. Great concealer for the under eyes. Great concealer for our highlighting also. Today I'm going to use these for concealer and highlighting, just to show you guys how I use them. And then I will be using this for this dark shade for cream contour. And if you want to see like how I highlight and you conceal with these, go on any of my past tutorials. The only ones lately I have not included my concealer and foundation routine are the last 2-3 before videos. Any ones before that, you will find my concealer and foundation routine using these. So I just take the cafe color, put it on the back of my hand. I do not want to put it on my face because I want this to be clean for my customers. And then I will be using equal parts light and cafe, and just like so. This, and then just mix it with my finger like this, and then I will apply it with my finger also to my face. And I'd be like, hey, that's not really light. Well, it looked like this isn't too light as like a highlighting shade. Well, it is definitely light enough because these are pigmented concealers, and also a little bit goes a long way, just saying. So apply that and quickly blend out with my sponge this way. Now I'm just going to take some of that and put it down my nose. Oh, a little off center, but you know, we could blend it to the center. A little highlighter. I would not recommend highlighting this wide from here to here like I just did. I just made a mistake, and I'm trying to correct it. I will later go back in when I'm contouring and correct it. Now I'm just highlighting my chin a little bit because I like to make it more pronounced. And then I take some of that concealer that I have left and just put it on my forehead. Sometimes I do more, sometimes I do less. Today is a less kind of day. You don't really need a lot for highlighting. And if you can see, it has not creased yet under my eye. Just blending just to be safe. This is the Maybelline Shine Free powder. Not the best powder. I would rather use the NYX HD Studio powder. But I have this, so I'm going to use it. It is good. It's good for baking. It's good for setting. It's good if you're not really oily, like you just get a tiny bit shiny throughout the day. This powder will help with that. But me, like if I just brush it on normally, like just like a little bit of dusting, it will not help at all. But the way I pack on my powder, which I will show you a little bit later, you will see how I use it to stop my oils from coming. But I'm just going to take a little bit, put it in the cap. This is the shade medium. And I'm going to take my sponge, dip in here, and now I'm going to set my under eye. I'm going to show you how I do this. I tilt my head down and try to look up. This way my under eye is almost completely exposed and all the wrinkles are stretched out. And then I just put it on like that, and then I blend it out a little bit. Since you're packing it on like this powder has a tiny bit of color and will lighten your concealer up even more. Now I'm going to cream contour using this. I use a dual fiber brush like this. It's just a random one from Morphe. Any dual fiber brush will work. You could just apply it to your face with your finger and then use your sponge to blend it out. And it will be like, it's a little easier to work with that way and less pigmented when you do it that way. You know, all the blending out and stuff, product is being taken away. So I use this brush so I can use less product and have them more pigmented. I don't know how that works, but it just works that way for me. So I just take this, I literally just go like, And I'm doing this lightly. And a lot is on my brush right now. And I lightly go right here to just map out what I'm doing. And now I'm blending out with this brush. Just little circular motions and back and forth. I'm not going too hard because, again, this is a Morphe brush. This is from a set. This is not a real dual fiber brush from them. This is just one of their sets. So this is cheap feeling. Just saying. In just the same way I did. And I'm going under here to, you know, carve out that non-existent jawline that I have because I'm a little chunky. Now I'm just dipping in again, still lightly, and now I'm going here on my forehead. Not because I feel insecure about my forehead or want to scope it down, but I feel like if you contour one part of your face, you have to contour the rest to make it even. And then the hairline, you know, get it. Why did I tap it off? I don't have powder on my brush, but cream contour looks more natural. Just saying. This way it looks like this is your features instead of the powder you put on later. And I go under my chin. I don't know why. I just feel like it works, you know? And then I color in my double chin basically, you know? With whatever is left on my brush. And that's how I cream contour. I'm going to do just to show you the difference. Here is one half of my face not cream contoured. And here is the other half of my face. Definition and everything. I'm going to finish the other half of my face off camera really quickly. All the creams are done now. Now we're finally going to get to powdering. I'm using this fluffy powder brush and my Maybelline Shine powder. This is how I get it to work. This is how I can get any powder to work. Whether it is good or not. I wouldn't go as far to say that. I've had powders that definitely did not do anything no matter which way I used them. So this is a technique that I have stolen from Nikki Tutorials and Alyssa Ashley here on YouTube. You take this powder brush and you take this powder, right? And you swirl this powder brush in there, right? Just like you would normally. But you're not going to tap off any excess. Next thing you're going to do, you're just going to stamp it all over your face like this. As much powder as possible. Reload for every section of your face. This powdering technique really just locks in all the makeup, and it, even though you're packing on powder and you're like, oh, I'm gonna look hella powdery, like I don't understand how that's gonna work. I don't understand how it works either, but it just makes my makeup look smoother in the end too, which I don't understand how that works. But now since you have all this powder on your face and there's excess laying around, just buff it in a little bit. Just lightly go around your face. Dusting off all that extra powder and buffing it in a little bit. Just bringing some on my neck because I have foundation on my neck to set it. Alrighty, this is what I'll do on a regular day. But I'm going to show you guys my bronzing with powder also. Because half the time I either cream contour or powder bronze. But if I'm going out, I'll do both. But I'm just going to show you both anyways, just for educational purposes. I take the Black Radiance face powder in Warm Hazelnut. Very pigmented. You only need a tiny bit because it's a powder foundation. So it is very pigmented. I take this angled powder brush from Morphe. 1, 2. And I go in on my contour areas. And like that powdering technique we just did really makes this easier. And just like, see how easy this is, and I barely have to do any blending. Because my canvas is smooth and perfect right now. Look, I just go on a motion like this and flick off. This point here will really like make it fade out when you flick away. I go here on the side of my jaw. I go under my jaw also. Make like a square to define the jawline that I do not currently have. And if I lost weight, it won't happen. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying out here, okay? And now I'm going to go like this. On the sides of my forehead where we cream contoured before, and bring it down into my temple and here. You can see I'm going like this. Every motion I do will end in me flicking the brush like that. Here I go like this. Here I don't care because this is my jawline, so I just go back and forth. But here I also go like this. And then you're going to get your hairline too in the middle, because you just don't want like 2 bricks of dark brown right here and then nothing in the middle. That looks weird. This brush is super pigmented. I've had this for a couple months now. Barely made a dent. The design is like a quilt design, and it's just starting to get a little flat in the middle finally after a month or 2, maybe 4 of using it. I don't take anything on the brush. I take whatever is left on this brush, right? And I'll pinch it like this, and I will go on the sides of my nose like this. Just to define my nose a little bit. Like, see, it has a tiny bit more structure now. It's a little thinner. Not really nose contouring, but it is at the same time. And then I go on the bottom to push the tip up a little bit and make it a little bit more buttony. Ta-da! That is the face routine done. There are some other steps, like when I do setting spray at the end. So I'm going to go do the rest of my face off camera. Highlight. In every video I do for eye makeup, I will always do matching highlight and blush, just saying. So that does not need to be in here, but I'm going off camera to do my eyes and my highlight. And I'll show you at the end the finished result. Thank you. Okay, now the final step to a good foundation is setting spray. One of my favorites, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray. I haven't tried any high-end ones, but this one and the NYX matte setting spray are good. The matte setting spray smells like paint. Now my favorite, this one smells a little bit less like paint. And this one doesn't like promise any finishes or anything. This is just promises to lock in your makeup, which it does. Your makeup will last the whole freaking day with this, yes. Not only setting spray to set your face, obviously, but it helps melt all the powders together, which you put on a lot. But with the way I pack on my my face powder, I don't feel the need to use setting spray to smooth out powders anymore. Maybe just my highlight, because like my highlight tends to lay on top of the skin instead of looking like it's coming from within sometimes. So that's the only reason I want to do setting spray, besides to lock my makeup and make my highlight look good. Because with that powder technique, like, your skin looks smooth, just saying. Just take it and spray it, like, a whole lot, because I am a setting spray addict. And while you're fanning your face, just do fabulous poses. Okay, now you just saw me do ridiculous poses for like a good 40 seconds. The setting spray is dry, and my makeup is dry. It is good. Everything is locked in. My highlight looks all melted together. My face looks completely smooth. I got a little extra thinness today since we did cream contouring and bronzing, but I don't mind. It looks good. I like it. Okay, that is it. This is how I achieved my flawless foundation and contour and highlight. It's just my face routine, just saying. And thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you're having a great day. If you go down below, you will see my Instagram if you want to keep up with me and all the products that I used in this video. And if you want to see this, like the products I use for this for this look. You can go on my Instagram and the details will be there too. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.